Welcome to this presentation of UPSL Soccer Action, live on YouTube and presented by the Atlantic Soccer Media Group.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, for one final time. It is the finals of the UPSL Women's Division National Championships. It is Little Rock Rangers taking on the Albany Alleycats. Larry Weaver and Andre Beaumart here to bring you all of the action in this 90 minutes here at the Kansas City Current training grounds here in Riverside, Missouri. And Dre, it is safe to say over the course of these last 3 days, we've seen some of the most sensational matches here for the UPSL Women's Division.
Yeah, it's been a fantastic championship playoff. Great action from pretty much every round that we've seen so far through the group stages and now in the knockout stage here. Well, I say knockout, the third place game and now the championship game. And top quality all around. And I have to remind everybody, you know, we're seeing a lot of quality because every single participant was a champion. They were coming out of their respective divisions as division champions. And so the games have been close, and even just the competition for these places, Little Rock just edging out the Blast to get that first place and into this final. And the same thing with Albany Alleycats there. Very close, one of the only teams to win a game in that division. So we look forward to a final that's going to really cap things off for this championship.
Little Rock Rangers, they come in from Group B, 2 wins, 1 draw. Group A, Albany Alleycats, 1 win, 2 draws. Little Rock Rangers, their draw was Minnesota Blast, who we just saw fall to the Katy Jaguars 1-0. Albany Alleycats started against the Lady Jaguars in a 1-1 draw. Alleycats drew with FC Florida 0-0. Little Rock defeated Sparta FC 6-0 in that last match last night. Brings them in. It is the best of the best. Little Rock Rangers out of the Oklahoma-Arkansas division. They had 8 matches played, 8 wins, 34 goals scored, 1 allowed. The Albany Alleycats out of Western New York division. They had 6 matches played. They won 5, lost 1, scored 17 goals, allowed 4. So the Alleycats, you have to feel, are going to be considered a bit of the underdogs.
Yeah, that's going to be the thing, though. We had the game previously, the third place game. You would have thought, you know, of course, the Blast would be the favorite game there. But, of course, the way the match went out, you saw that the quality coming from the Jaguars was just enough to get that victory and that third place trophy, which shows you that anything can happen with any team at any time in this division. So you're right. I think Little Rock's going to be heavily favored, but you know there's a reason why Albany is here in the final, and so it's going to be fireworks, and we have to wait and see how this maps out for this final.
Just about to get underway here.
We'll be looking to see how both of these teams approach this game. You know, are they going to come out in high gear, or are they going to sit back and try to hit on the break, soak up the pressure, see how the opponent is playing, and then gradually get into the game? So that may be a factor in this, you know, just looking to see what kind of strategies the coaches put together. Final picture is being taken. We'll be ready to roll here.
And it's going to be Little Rock Rangers that are going to get us underway here in the first half. 45-minute halves in the national finals. Little Rock Rangers in the black kits, moving from right to left. Albany Alleycats in the red tops, navy blue shorts, moving from left to right. We're ready to kick it here in Riverside, Missouri. Underway for the national championship. Thank you for coming along here on the UPSL YouTube channel. As Fabrizio Romano would say, here we go. Over to the far side is Little Rock Rangers. They are collectively known as the Queens. We've talked before in length, one of the strongest squads that we saw here in this tournament. 40 players on their roster, 10 coaches and admins on their staff. Be a throw for the Alleycats. Going back to the defense.
Good tackle.
Tackle on the ground. Schuler gets it. Over to the right in center circle. Bit of a deflection, cleared.
Oh, heavy touch there, gave the ball away.
Trying to get there was Maisie Neville, not able to. Allows Little Rock to make a run with it. It'll be a throw for the Alleycats over on the far hand side. They'll get to do it again. Keep an eye on the goalkeeper for Alleycats, Alexandra Liamero. She has played a sensational tournament. And as we're talking about these teams, we'll talk about the Albany Alleycats. We are joined by one of the coaches, Luis Kinsella. And Coach, this has been just a sensational tournament. Just want to get your thoughts on how you guys have done here in Kansas City.
Well, before I answer the question, I just want to say a huge thank you to Skip Dawson. He's one of the founders of the club. He's our director, and he's the guy who, like, quite frankly, makes all this happen. You know, from our club philosophy and logistically getting us out here. Huge thanks to him, and we're lucky to be here. I think coming into this, we knew we wanted to compete. We didn't know what we're going to get, but I think we've done that. We've competed in every game. We won our bracket, and we're just happy to be here in the finals. So
here's a chance for Schuler, holding off, and it'll be a foul. And just Coach Louis, just get your thoughts. Just this will be your first season in the UPSL. Just your overall feeling on how this inaugural season has gone for you in the Northwest New York region.
I think the season's been a huge success. We use the UPSL as kind of a way to challenge our players. A lot of our girls are from they are Alleycat players. They're on the team, and we bring them up all the way from like high school age to college age girls. So it's been a huge success. We've wanted to challenge them. They've been challenged, and they've shown up. Like they've done the work. They got us here, and we're again lucky to be here. So.
And I can't be remiss without talking about your keeper, Alexandra Liamero. Just sensational play for a player at only 15 years old. Just playing with the likes of some of these players. You look at Torres, who just won the third place with Katy Jaguars, 30 years old as a keeper, and you have a 15-year-old in your in your goal. It's just sensational, the play that she's made.
Allie's a phenomenal player, and she goes home, she does the work, she does a lot of training, and she's here. She's doing a great job. She's part of one of our club philosophy is to develop players, and I think Allie is a case of where development goes right, and she just is an unbelievable talent. So.
All right, well, keep up the good work. We'll see you in a little bit. Hopefully you can get a victory. Thank you for coming up into the booth.
Thank you so much.
All right, that was Coach Kinsella for the Alleycats. Just trying to get a mark on these two teams, like to really show off what we have. Here comes a ball for the Little Rock Rangers into the box, headed straight up into the air, cleared away by the defense for the Alleycats. Will be a throw. Coming up to take it is number 11. She's going to lay it off, allow Schuler to make the throw. Schuler a little bit more of a throw-in specialist. Into the box, bouncing through. Kittery not able to get a touch on that. It's going to come back over to Schuler, and she'll get to do this all over again. As everyone gets lined up and ready to go. Into the box, cleared away. Another throw coming up for forward. The out and another throw. The Alleycats just holding off one challenge after another here against the Little Rock Rangers. Caroline Kolb coming up to take it. Schuler gives it back to Kolb. Being pressed down well. And that one will be knocked out. It'll be another throw. So the pressure really being put on the Alleycats here in these 8 minutes. Thrown in, into the box, cleared away, and having to go all the way back to the defensive line, sent forward, headed straight up into the air. Schuler has it, takes the shot, just pulls it wide, right past the goal.
Methodical build up there, Larry. You saw the possession they were able to hold on to that ball, move the ball around. And really Albany trying to keep them contained. But again, quickly, you saw how they could take that possession and turn it into an attack.
And when we want to talk about the attack, we want to talk about some of the planning that came in for the Albany Alleycats. We can talk to number 19, Marissa Krosky, captain of the Alleycats, not in the match tonight. Just get your overall perspective. How have you enjoyed playing in this tournament?
It's been unbelievable, honestly, and I think it's really special for our club in particular for it to be in Kansas City because we have one of our own, Claire Hutton, playing at the Kansas City Current. We were able to do a tour with her of the training facilities, and like coming out here, I think she's just a huge inspiration to all of us because she's just such an incredible player. So just being in Kansas City was such a cool thing for us, and traveling out here, it's been an unbelievable tournament. We're really young, so coming out here we didn't know what to expect, and I'm just really proud of these girls coming out and working hard every game and not being the most experienced or the oldest, but still giving it our all every game and winning our bracket. I'm really proud of them.
Almost serendipitous to say. And you had some really good games. We got to call some of them, see them, and some really good. You have to talk about Maisie Neville. She has really played strong for you, got a couple goals for you, and has really helped you propel into this final.
100%. She's been a key goal scorer for us. Her pace up top is just unbelievable. She's a great target forward. We're looking for her constantly. A big part of our game plan coming in today was focused around her and getting her the ball just because she's such a sniper in the box and can finish balls.
And this is going to be a big one for you right here. This is going to be a free kick for Schuler. 3-woman wall. And this is a really, really strong Little Rock Rangers squad.
100%. We had seen their results from the past few days. They put up a lot of goals on some teams. We watched a lot of film and we came prepared. We have a game plan. We're ready for them. We know they're beatable, and we know we can definitely beat them. So we're very excited. We know they're strong. We know their strengths, and we're excited to come in.
Save there by. She may be one of the smallest players on that pitch, but she has one of the biggest hearts. Ali Liamero is just, she has been just something that I've enjoyed watching. As a parent of a keeper and watching the just performance, I've been blown away.
I've been speechless as well. She's just been, and being so young, as you mentioned as well, like she's 15 coming into this tournament playing against players twice her age and just like performing like she deserves to be out here every single minute. She's been, I wouldn't want anyone else in that. She's been unbelievable.
I know I don't want to spoil any predictions. I know that you're going to be predicting a win. Expect this to be a very close matchup. Schuler with the ball, cleared away by the Alleycats. Do you feel like this is going to be a nail biter all the way through, or you feel like you can, with your game plan, that you can stretch a win out?
I definitely want to say like we're gonna score early, we're gonna shut them down, like, and we're gonna dominate. But this is a really good team, and I would be underestimating them. So I think this is definitely going to be a very good game through and through. I think it's going to stay close the whole time, but I think we'll pull out on top.
Well, let's hope so. Wish you all the best. Thank you for joining us up here in the booth, and good luck to you next season here in the UPSL Women's Division.
Thank you so much.
Awesome, so much. That was the captain of the Albany Alleycats, Marissa Krosky, heading back to the other side. And it's always fun to get a little perspective, Dre, from not only the coaching, but some of the players. Get to do it live in this national title match.
Yeah, it's good to get the insights, because this is the pathway that they're trying to develop themselves into top-level players.
Straight up into the air from the Alleycats. Still bouncing around in the box, cleared by the Rangers. The Alleycats are going to win it right back. Cut off. That was a great tackle, great step in there, but they're going to win it right back. And you have to say, Dre, I mean, the Alleycats, you feel they have to be the underdogs. But this is something that we saw in the last game. That's exactly what you would have said about the Jaguars, that they would have been the underdogs against the likes of Minnesota Blast, and they were able to pull out the 1-0 victory. Anything is possible here in the UPSL.
Yeah, I've said it before. I think, you know, sometimes it's easy to forget that every team, all 8 teams were champion teams coming into this this national playoff. So they've already proven themselves at the division level. And, of course, if you have 2 teams in the national final, they deserve to be there because they've had to come through the road to get there. So
and we talked
to me, it's any team. Either one of these teams can come out on top.
And we talked about this Albany Alleycats team. Out of the 6 qualifying matches, there were 5 draws. The only win in those 6 matches was an Alleycat win.
Yeah, from top to bottom, you saw the effect that, you know, those teams have on each other. It was just so very close. Very little separates the top team from the team that finished to last in the group stage. So, you know, you can't underestimate anybody that you come up against. And I think, you know, the Blast had that same thing with the Jaguars earlier today.
Going back to the keeper. Allie's going to send it over to the far side. Good hold up, turn, clear. Good movement of the Alleycats, lose possession. But they get battle right back. That one will hit a little too forceful. Go out, it'll be a goal kick. And as we were talking about before the match, if this makes it to 90, and it is tied. We will not have extra time. We will go straight to penalties.
Yeah, that adds a little dynamic to the strategies as you get further and further in this game if it's very close. I know that both teams would want to go into regulation towards the end of the regulation in the lead and not have to rely on a penalty shootout for a victory.
Good look. That was a nice little flick forward from Maisie Neville. Putting the pressure on the defense. The knockout will be a goal kick. Maisie really putting the pressure on Rachel Rossborough, number 13. And one of the pieces to add to this puzzle, Dre, is we had heard rumblings throughout the stadium that some of these teams, especially the Little Rock Rangers, some of their star players having to leave early as they had prior commitments. So some of these squads may not be at full capacity in this championship match.
Well, the squads are large enough to handle missing players. I think you mentioned earlier how large the squads have been in this national playoff picture here. And that's the reason you have large squads, is sometimes, you know, you can't rely on just a small number of players from time to time. There are other commitments. These girls play in different competitions. They have college responsibilities. And so it's a challenge. I mean, that's part of the challenge for a coach in managing those players that come and go as they need to.
Good turn there by the Rangers, deflected off, and that it'll be a corner for the Rangers here in the 17th minute. Little Rock Rangers 0, Albany Alleycats 0. You're watching the UPSL Women's Division National Finals here at the Kansas City Current Training Grounds. And you know that it is the heat and top of the summer when you see in the light, you can see those gnats just flying around there. That is a sensational image there. This will be an in-swinger. Alleycats are able to clear. Little Rock Rangers, they had one of the shortest trips here to Kansas City for this final.
Robust challenge on that far side brought about a foul, and now an opportunity here for Little Rock. Lots going to depend on the delivery.
This ball is about 30 yards out, almost all the way over on the touchline. Towards the box, grabbed by the keeper. Another great job by Leah Merrow. She will roll it out to Neville. Neville sends it long, trying to cut through the defense, not going to be able to. First chance, you kind of feel like of a true touch there by Little Rock's keeper. She's only done a couple goal kicks, no real grab of the ball. And that's one of those things, is you got to be ready at all times back there in goal to be able to receive the ball. These Alleycats, they had to travel almost 1,300 miles here. Little Rock trying to attack. That flick a little too hard. It goes through the box out over here to the near side. That one is deflected but given right back to the Alleycats. She's able to receive it, turn, move forward, lift it across. Good control of the ball is the Rangers. Kittery tried to get it to Schuler, cut off. Moves into center circle. Goes back to the defense. Up over to the far side. Barbera not going to receive that follow-up. Goes out for a throw. So like I said, 1,300 miles for Albany to travel. Little Rock only had about 400. So you have to factor in that travel time and just the recovery. As a professional player, Dre, just being able to recover and be prepared for the amount of matches that these women have played.
Yeah, it's all part of the game, you know, and as a top-tier player.
Leah Marrow's easily there to grab it.
Top-tier players have to get used to travel, playing on holidays, things of that nature. I mean, this isn't a recreational league. These are, as mentioned by the coach earlier, you know, you're developing players to get to the next level. And the UPSL provides that platform because it's a year-round league for the men and will be for the women.
And foul is going to be called back. Advantage was trying to be played. And we can speak of that very much, Dre, when we talk about the men's side, as a UPSL men's player who was just a few seasons ago lifting the national trophy. Jan Diamande just signed in the Bundesliga for 23 million pounds. That is what we are trying to do for both the men and the women here in the UPSL. Give these players a path to the professional game.
Yeah, I mean, it's set up to do that, and that's why they play year-round. That's why they play the games that they play. And, you know, teams like that are looking for players that are used to those types of schedules, that have things to play for that mean a lot. You know, promotion and relegation has been a part of the UPSL for many years now, and it's there to provide that instance of, you know, there's a desperation to play at the top level no matter what your season is doing. Because
Schuler's going to take a shot and
okay.
saved by Leomero. Sorry about that, Dre.
No, it's okay. Action happens real fast. You got to catch it.
But absolutely, we are trying to do an amazing thing here at the UPSL, bring all of these players the dream that they are looking for to be that professional player.
And I think that's what makes it attractive to some of these pro teams, especially the teams that play in Europe. They look at these players and they want to know, you know, who they are.
Schuler lifting it forward, cleared away by the Alleycats. Back through defense. Kittery's pass cut off. She immediately tries to get back on defense, makes the turn, gets it into center circle and beyond. Tried to thread that one past Cole, but not going to work. That one cut off. These two teams are looking so well here in these first 24 minutes. Expect a hydration break potentially here in about 5 minutes if they are going to have it, as with the sun beginning to set, it is getting a little bit more manageable. As the end of that third place match, it was very, very hot up here at the top of the stadium.
Yeah, it was very hot here. Imagine how hot it must have been down on the turf there. Good
Tackle,
challenge.
no foul. And eventually they are going to call a foul for the Alleycats.
I think the referee might have been looking for advantage there. It didn't develop, so he's going to call that foul.
25 minutes into this match, it is Little Rock Rangers 0, Albany Alleycats 0. This one is for the national championship. Headed, dangerous header back, but able to control it.
Well, you have to get that right, Larry. That's a ball that could go into your own net.
And that is one of those that you are relying on your keeper to be there and to be prepared for what was coming. Trying to turn, loses possession. Alleycats pouncing. Neville lays it across. Lose possession. Pressing and will win a throw is the Little Rock, and they are going to take the hydration break here in the 26th minute. Again, you are watching UPSL National Championship for the women's division here at the Kansas City Current Training Grounds. It is Little Rock Rangers 0 and Albany Alleycats 0.
Pretty even match so far, and I think I see really Albany getting a little bit more into the match here. They've been sitting back a little bit, taking in the pressure, the early pressure in from Little Rock, but they're going toe-to-toe with them right now. It's anybody's match, and it'll be interesting to see if the strategies change at all for either club as we get into the second part of this first half.
Look at the weather currently here in Riverside, Missouri. 88 degrees. Feels like 96 degrees. That just beating down on us here. Now that the sun has set, and the breeze coming in at 9 miles an hour, it does feel better.
Done a lot of work to get here. It's been a very tough tournament with 3 games in 2 days in the group stage. And now these girls are playing an extra game for the whole bar, the whole award here. And so they got to dig down deep to get the last bit of energy out to see who's going to lift that trophy at the end of this match.
So we're going to have a throw for Little Rock. Going back to the defense.
Pressure from Albany is pretty tight right now. Little Rock seems to be moving it quite well against the press.
Now want to be knocked out, will be a throw.
This is a good position for Little Rock. See if they go long or short with the throw.
Short is where they go. Straight up into the air. Albany tried to clear, not able to do so. Schuler trying to give it to a partner, not able to get there. Now, a little tug back. There's advantage going to be played. Center official saw that tug of the jersey, elected to play the advantage.
Yeah, it looked like they were going to break right away. Still got possession, though. Just a little too strong there, the through pass. And Larry, it looks like Albany have a really good skill to do the counter. They look really good in transition.
And you can see the game plan working so far so good for the Alleycats. Like you heard them say, especially Marissa Krosky, the captain, they watched the matches that the Little Rock Rangers had here at the tournament and planned for a good attack. So far, so good. We'll see if it continues.
Oh.
Here's a chance! What a save, still in play! But offsides was called.
Wow, just like that. You see how quickly it can change when they turn that defense into attack. Anything can happen, but that was awful defensive mistake there.
Mesa Willis coming in there to make the save before finding out that it was offsides. It's what you would expect. You never want to play until you never want to stop playing until you hear the whistle. Here's an opportunity for Little Rock.
Oh.
Up and over and out for a goal kick. This one was in an extremely dangerous position, just bouncing around. Another Voight ball, Voight the official match ball sponsor of the UPSL, having to be obtained. Take a quick look at that opportunity. You can see as this ball is played over on the far side, lifted into the box, bouncing straight up in the air by Schuler, and just too much time to try to get that shot on by number 3 of Little Rock Rangers, Samantha DeLuca. And she was of two minds there of when she wanted to pull the trigger. That one's going to be deflected off the defender and the keeper, Allie Leomero, getting there in time. Cleared away by
Yep. It's going to go out for an Albany throw here. A lot of action in the middle of the field.
bouncing around and cleared. Little Rock continuing to attack. We've talked about it in a couple of these matches. It is in their DNA. We saw it in that 6-0 victory over Sparta FC last night. And that's one of the biggest caveats. Could Little Rock have used up all of their goals in this tournament? Good tackle from Albany, as Little Rock have scored 12 goals in this tournament. That one will be knocked out. Will be a throw for the Alleycats. We are just about done with 34 minutes. Let me spit it out. Tackled away by the Alleycats, makes the turn. Looking in a dangerous spot, shot! And that one right into Willis's hands. Good attempt there by number 8 of the Alleycats. Over here to the near line, but she cannot keep it in. Wanting to make the turn before she had it was DeLuca, and that one's going to happen again. A little overextended was number 10. And that will be a foul on the Alleycats.
Alleycats not intimidated at all here going up against Little Rock. Been strong in defense so far, hitting on the break, but here comes Little Rock.
Still able to stay strong is DeLuca. She'll send a long one, but that one is all the way out. Will be a goal kick. 36 minutes.
Can either one of these teams get a goal before the half? That's going to be the question here. Can it go in with an advantage?
That will be the biggest question here to bring up. Can one of these teams find a path? And you can just feel the tension in the air here in the stadium. Both of these teams and their traveling fan base wanting a win for either side. They are just glued to their seats for every tackle and every pass.
Yeah, good movement for Little Rock.
Long ball sent. Schuler gets a touch on it.
Oh,
Allie was not able to make full control of the ball. Schuler takes the shot and pulls it over and out for a goal kick. That was a dangerous opportunity for Little Rock.
got around the goalkeeper expertly, but unable to get the ball on frame. Had an open net begging for the ball.
Just a little too far extended, couldn't do anything with that. Brought out of the back slowly that time from the Alleycats. Gonna win the ball right there in the midfield. Play over to the far side. A little bit of an acrobatic flick forward, not able to fully control it. Back in Little Rock's possession. Good tackle there from the Alleycats. And that'll be a tackle right about midline. And a conversation is going to be had with the Little Rock player, that being number 4. Hear the fans over there. You can see the drum just off to the left of the Little Rock Rangers, getting everybody fired up. Forward, right towards the box, bouncing around, in play, sliding through, but it's going to be a goal kick. Just not able to get anything on frame there. Quickly underway by the Rangers. DeLuca gets a solid tackle. And go back and check on DeLuca, make sure she's okay. She will walk that one off. A drop ball for the Rangers. Back underway. 5 minutes to go, plus any stoppage time we will receive. We have been regularly getting 1 minute of stoppage time because of the hydration breaks. DeLuca receives straight up into the air. Able to work around the challenge. Now down the line. Albany and the Alleycats working down this near line. Loses possession. Ball got stuck out underneath her feet. Now DeLuca, she's moving down this near line. Taking every space that they are allowed her to have. Great tackle there by the Alleycats. Number 5, Mariana Chuddy gave a ton of space to DeLuca before making that tackle. It'll be a corner for the Rangers here on the near side. See the center official just having a conversation with players in goal, making sure that they're all taken care of. Back to the corner. This will be an in-swinger. Into the box. Bouncing all the way through, and a foul going to be called there.
Yeah, a lot of contact in the box there as the ball came across. Going to be a foul. Gives an opportunity for the Alleycats to get themselves back on the front foot. As we see some of the Alleycat substitutes going and warming up on the sideline on the far side.
Again, in this match, there will be up to 9 substitutions per team if they so wish. We saw a lot of substitutions in that third place match with the Katy Jaguars.
And you would consider how much soccer they've played. You know, it's good to have those fresh legs available when you need them. Oh, errant pass there.
Here's an opportunity. That pass was behind Maisie Neville coming from Katie Gappa. And it was a late substitute who made all the difference for that Katy Jaguars to earn that third place, as that last-ditch clearance by number 2, Wilmer, allowed them to maintain and hold on for the 1-0 victory.
What a fantastic game for the third place that we were able to witness.
We're in the 43rd minute. Still 0-0. Sent into the box, and it's going to go out. It'll be a goal kick.
Even match so far, Larry. I think that both teams have had their opportunities. Some finishing that quite wasn't what they needed at certain times, but threatening anytime going forward, both clubs.
Gappa will head that one forward. Neville trying to get there. That ball is going to be sent right into the arms of one of the fans right there on the edge. Straight back forward. Schuler trying to get there. And that one will be just kind of sent over here to the near line. Across the pitch over to the far side. Kittery controls it. Trying to get around the defender. She's able to do so. Flicked in, saved there by Ali.
Critical.
Ali Leomero coming through strong again, coming back through, grabs it. She is working overtime, and there's going to be a foul. Having a conversation with number 19 of Little Rock Rangers, Megan Rogan, getting a talking to by the center official. We are almost through the 45. We'll see how many extra minutes of stoppage we will receive. He has a conversation with Allie and drops it down. She will take a moment, Takes a deep breath. 15-year-old will send this one long. That's right, 15 years old, that young lady in the national championship. Doesn't get much better than that. All the way back to the defense. They're going to be able to move it around, get it away from Neville as she is putting the pressure on that defense. That'll be a foul committed offsides. Schuler was. I was wondering if they were going to call it on Chuddy for making the bump into Schuler, but they are going to call her offside. Chuddy is going to send this one forward. Into the box. Headed away by Little Rock. We're already a minute in stoppage. That ball will just somehow stay in, but that is going to be the last ball of the first 45. We go into halftime with the score: Little Rock Rangers 0, Albion Alleycats 0, and this has been a super tight match throughout the first 45, Dre.
Yeah, very evenly matched here. Both teams having opportunities going forward, both hitting well in transition, and so there's going to be a lot to look forward to in the second half. It'll be interesting to see what the adjustments each team will make to try to get the advantage for the second half. So fasten your seatbelts. We'll be ready for the next 45.
We'll step away for a few moments. We'll come back, have a few more conversations with some of the staff of Little Rock Rangers. For now, we'll step away and let you get a beverage and a snack for the second 45. Little Rock Rangers 0, Albion Alleycats 0. Welcome back for a little bit of extra time in the halftime here between Little Rock and Albany Alleycats. Talking to Scott from the Red Watch and a USL 2 player for Little Rock Rangers. And just want to get your thoughts here as not just, you're not a player this time, but as a fan for the Little Rock Rangers, just how you have seen your team playing and the overall exposure here in Kansas City.
I think so far in the game, I think Little Rock have controlled it. The other team have obviously had a couple of chances, but I feel like Little Rock have dominated most of the game, and it's just a matter of time before we take our chance, and I feel like it'll just be controlled more after the first goal goes in.
And one of the things that we've been trying to talk about when we talk about this Little Rock team, when we looked at the information when we were doing the research, just how big and how structured this team is down in the Little Rock area. Can you just talk about how soccer is down in that Little Rock area?
So in the Little Rock area, I came here last summer and I did not expect the club to be what it truly is. The fan base is something special, and I'd put it up there with probably the best in the USL 2 from what I've seen so far. Everyone's interactive, everyone's good with the team, they support the team home and away. You see fans coming over here to Kansas. We had fans over in where we were, over in Alabama, so it's truly a special club to be part of, and just the structure of it, from the staff to the owners to the supporters and the players, everyone's very interactive, and it's just a great club to be part of.
And something that you can kind of give for some of the listeners is how over in the UK, how expansive the fan base is throughout the levels in this beautiful game, and how much it means here in lower level soccer, and well, we call it soccer, but football, for the fans to be interactive like you guys are here with the Red Watch, and how it comes from that fan base to build the club.
So back home in Scotland, I played for Glasgow Rangers, and obviously one of the most well-supported groups and teams in the world. And having the fans be on your side, it's like your 12th man when you're out there. It brings you energy, it brings you confidence, and especially when you go away to another ground and you hear the fans having a go at you and giving you some abuse and some grief, it can play an impact in the way you play. So having a great fan base that gets behind the team it's always something you want at a club.
Yeah, because one of the things that we have noticed in the matches that we watched here for the Rangers is just how much the philosophy is all about attack. And that attack can't be brought without those fans rooting you on and giving you that spirit to go for the ball and go for the win.
Yeah, for sure. We're taught a lot about attacking, because at all levels at the Little Rock are very attacking minded, and we win games, we control the games, and you don't win games if you don't score goals. So the first mind is defend, keep the ball out our goal, but you need to score goals to win games. So we're taught you just need to go forward and do your all. You've got that freedom when you're in that final third to do what you want. So, and you can see that when you watch the ladies here and when you watch our games and the reserve games. When you're in that final third, you see a lot of freedom and a lot of passing, a lot of movements, and that's something that's drilled in from the coaches and just the board. Everyone there supporting you, and then the fans, they want to see goals. They don't want to see everyone sitting behind the ball and not giving you something good to watch. So when you see the players running 1v1 and using their skill moves, it's always a pleasure to see.
Awesome. So final question that we'll ask you, prediction for the final score.
I think so far it's been a good game, but I think Little Rock are going to win 2-0, and once the first goal goes in, as I said, 2-0, but it could be, as you've seen from the other 2-3 games, they've scored 5, they've scored 6, so once they get that first one, you never know what's going to happen. The second, third and fourth are not far behind. So.
All right, we have 45 minutes to see if that is going to be the prediction. Thank you for coming in here to the booth. And we'll go back to halftime. We'll see you in a few more minutes. Welcome back here to the training grounds for the Kansas City Current here in Riverside, Missouri. We come into this halftime with the score Little Rock Rangers 0 and Albany Alleycats 0. I will do my best. A young man from Kansas City that moved to Georgia has a little bit of a draw. Please have patience on me in the chat.
In our defense, we have a team in the Georgia Conference which we cover called Albion. And so there's this unconscious way of pronouncing Albany as Albion, so we apologize for that.
We do our best. 0-0 between these two teams, the Rangers and the Alleycats, and it has been a very, very, very tight campaign here. Can one of these teams find the winner in this 45, or are we going to go to the penalty spot to determine the first inaugural national champion in the UPSL women's division? We're about to find out here in about 45 minutes. It has been a wonderful weekend here in Riverside, Missouri. Cannot thank everybody here at the facility of the brand new Kansas City Current training ground. Thank them for their hospitality and everything that they've done for all of these teams and for us here in the booth. Broadcast brought to you by ASMG. Thank you for watching. Underway for the second 45. And it's going to be the Alleycats that get us underway first. They are in the red kits with navy blue shorts moving from right to left. The Little Rock Rangers in the black kits moving from left to right. Curious to see what information was given at halftime between these two coaching staffs. Did anybody find that path into the goal and to find themselves closer and closer to that national title? We can see that trophy just in front of us down on the table, ready to give the winner. And also a nice little check for, say, $10,000. Don't forget, this is not just the only coverage that you catch on the UPSL YouTube channel, as the men in the Premier Division are also doing their national tournament as we speak. The round of 16 is underway right now. You've caught some of those matches throughout this weekend. Schuler's going to take a shot, but that one is high and wide and out for a goal kick.
Teams appear to start the second half much as they played the first half. I think we're going to see a lot of back and forth action.
Sent forward. Back to the defense of the Rangers. Cut straight down the line. Good ball forward for them. Give it to Schuler. She's going to take a shot, but that one right into the hands of Ali Leomero.
They're not wasting any time, Little Rock. They're getting forward, taking the shots, not wasting any time to really put pressure on the Alleycats' defense.
And after all of these matches here this weekend, I'd have to say that right now is probably the coolest it has been. And almost feel, dare I say, comfortable.
This is the latest start we've had in the national playoffs, too. I think that's a good factor here as we have the game under the lights.
Center official wanted that ball back a few millimeters. He felt it was not on the line. That one finds its way through all the way back to the keeper. Not cleared all the way, but finally get over to the center back. She will release it.
Couldn't keep it in.
Sliding across. That's a dangerous ball. Slowly clearing it out of the back. Confidence had to be high there for Little Rock because that ball was put into much of a dangerous spot there, Dre.
Yeah, you really have to be careful putting the ball across your own goal like that. One small mistake, then you're letting in a advantage for the other team.
And you can see that pass was way off the mark by the Rangers, but unfortunately they catch a break, or I should say fortunately for them, they caught a break as the Alleycats, number 6, did not make a proper contact and just knocked that out. And this is going to be an Alleycat ball. Center official wants it back a couple yards. Back underway here. Trying to flick it forward. Shoulder to shoulder challenge, comes away with it, does the Rangers. Kittery. She will send it forward, touched by DeLuca. Head-to-head little challenge there. Over to the far side, let DeLuca run it down into the corner. 2 defenders on her, cleared, it'll be a throw. Throw in for the Rangers. DeLuca trying to make the turn, still in. Schuler cleared by the Alleycats. Neville trying to flick it on. Cut off by the Rangers in center circle. She falls down. Now Williams, or excuse me, Maisie Neville.
Oh, gets it right back though.
Just should have possibly just put it into space over there in that rear corner, let them run it down. You can see some of the players starting to stumble a little bit on this turf, whether that's just from fatigue. Remember, we had a rain storm that happened about 90 minutes or so before this match. So this pitch is a little slick, to say the least. Talking to for number 12, Madeline Barbera, as little extra effort in that challenge.
Referee looking to keep control of the match.
Doing a good job so far.
Wow, a lot of room to pull in there like that, but
Cleared away. Lifting forward, Kittery is going to get there. Right at the edge of the box, cleared away, and it will be a corner.
good defending
For
there.
Little Rock. They have another corner. Maya Hovey, number 15, clearing that ball out for the Alleycats. This is gonna be an in-swinger from Kittery. Into the box, headed away. It will be a throw for, I think he said last touch there, right on the line, and it will be a throw for the Alleycats.
First substitution here.
And it will be a substitution for the Alleycats coming off. Cleared away, still fighting for it. Now it'll be a throw for the Alleycats. As we continue with our interviews as we watch this game, and we're going to have a little bit of, there we go, Alley coming in. So we want to have an opportunity to talk to the manager of Little Rock Rangers. Ryan, just want to get your take on how this tournament has been for you guys with the Rangers.
Oh, it's been a great experience, a great way to end our first season back with a women's program. You know, being an inaugural competition, there's been some kinks and wrinkles, but the staff here with UPSL has been great to work with. Had some heart-to-heart conversations, worked through some items, even with date changes and needing to work around, obviously, the conditions here. Just really happy to be able to finish here, even with the change in schedules, very much a next woman up situation where others have had to leave due to exams later in the week. It's next girl up here, and so we've got several of our academy players out here playing and enjoying a great game here, very evenly matched final.
And how is the soccer? Here's a chance for Little Rock, goes right to Alley. In the Oklahoma-Arkansas region, just get your take on the level in the UPSL women's division now that this inaugural season is over. I'm sure that there's a lot more teams that are aware of the division now and want to get in and want to be a part of it.
Yeah, that would be the hope. You know, there's a lot of programs in the division that have had women's programs for several years. So they're very established. There's several new programs like ours, and learning the level of the expectation of the play. And so getting to see that continue to grow in number of teams, but also in quality of play is something we look forward to.
And your team, Little Rock Rangers, they have scored a phenomenal amount of goals this season. 40 goals in the regular season, already scored 12 goals here in competition before we get to this match. It has just been great to watch just the level of attack here from your Little Rock Rangers Queens.
You know, a lot of that's attributed to when we brought the women's program back, we wanted to have a focus on the development, so younger players, but also focus on young women that had either grown up or played or been raised or developed or continue to play in the state of Arkansas. So we've got academy women, we've got players that are playing collegiately in the state, we've got players who had never played organized soccer except in local adult leagues, but impressed at tryouts, continue to develop, and that's a testament to the coaches that we've had, which was two clubs, Little Rock Rangers and Arkansas Rising, coming together to work together for, you know, the greater ideal of development.
Well, it's absolutely been fantastic to watch your team. Good luck. We'll see if they can hold it out here at the end of this match. And it's just been really enjoyable to watch them here at the Kansas City Currents training grounds.
Well, it's been great to be here. Thank you, and thank you for your time that you've put in here in the booth.
No problem at all. That was Ryan from Little Rock Rangers. Thank you so much for joining us. Here's a long ball for the Rangers. That one's going to go out, and it'll be a goal kick. Back to our regularly scheduled two-man commentary booth, and it's fun to get a little bit of a perspective from these teams coming into this inaugural season, Dre, because this is the foundation that is going to be the biggest women's division in the United States.
Yeah, I mean, it's something that's been developed for the men. Now the women are getting the foundation to build, and as Coach said, it's, you know, allowing these players to develop. And again, the model that the UPSL is the superior one in the United States, where they play year-round. They have a high level of competition, and this is the culmination of that, this national playoff.
they're on the far side, coming in centrally, laid off. Over here to the near side. Trying to control it, lay it off. You are watching UPSL Women's Division National Title. It is Little Rock Rangers 0. And the Albany Alleycats 0. And Leah Marrow, the young little goalkeeper, is absolutely crushed her debut in the nation. Get to know this little young girl, as she is going to be a superstar for years to come.
Outstanding goalkeeping work in this tournament collectively. Would not be surprised to see these players go on to the next level.
And like we were saying in the first match tonight, this Kansas City Current women's team, they're currently in first place in the NWSL. These are the type of teams that are watching these kind of games with interest, as the women's soccer just pulled that one wide. That was probably one of the best chances of the night for Little Rock. And substitutions ready to go for Alleycats. That was a extremely close chance there, Dre.
Yeah, best chance of the game so far. And, you know, the one goal coming in at this time is really going to change the complexion of this match.
See here, as this ball came forward, and they came right through the central part of the pitch, and when Schuler took the shot, she did not miss by much. Headed forward, right back on the attack is Little Rock. Over here to the near side. Good tackle there by the Alleycats. Gappa has had a great match so far in defense for the Alleycats. Deflected, and that one will go out, will be a corner. That one deflecting off of the back of number 22 for the Alleycats. Defense getting all prepared in their end goal. This will be another in-swinger. Cleared away, still bouncing through, and that one deflected out, will be another corner. Conversation between DeLuca and the center official, as she is connected to Leah Marrow like Velcro. In swinger, headed, and that one's headed wide. Again, Schuler almost putting one in the back of the net for the Rangers. We still sit at 0-0 here in the 63rd minute.
Yeah, the chances are piling up for Little Rock. You know, the more chances you have, the more opportunities you create for yourself. And pretty soon you might get one to go in.
It's one of the things that we talk about so many times on these broadcasts, Dre, is that the more you want to limit that, because you're just inviting yourself to make a mistake, and it only takes one for that ball to be in the back of the net, and then you are on the back foot from then forth.
Yeah, you end up chasing the game in the game that you could have controlled. But, yeah, you have to watch out for the mistakes. And and the time that you're allowing your opponent to be on the ball. And
Kittery has space to work, lays it off. Tackle coming in, but she's able to release it over here to the near side. Into the box, deflected, cleared. Alleycats are defending with everybody that they have. Cleared again. Schuler trying to get there. That ball bouncing around. Kittery has it. She gets past the defender, but just enough of a touch to clear it. Now, Neville trying to find some space. She's just going to send this ball away to relieve some pressure for the Alleycats as the fight is on from the Rangers. They have been just turning the pressure cooker up to 11. Rangers out of the back. Schuler has it. Pass not the best, going to be cut off by the Alleycats. Still have it. Come down here the near line. Not going to be able to get there in time. Katie Gappa just a little too far away from that ball. Is allowed to run. Going to throw in quickly from the Rangers. You see how intense this game is, Dre, when the red watch for the Little Rock Rangers can barely even bang the drum, as the intensity is just at top level.
Yeah,
that ball's going to go out, be a throw for the Rangers.
I think you said it all. It's very tense now, and as we go further and further without a score, the intensity level just increases. But nobody wants to make a mistake, and right now, Alleycats are on their back foot a little bit, bending but not breaking.
Schuler trying some acrobatic head work there. Coming over here to the near side, and Leah Merrow has it. Sending everyone forward. That patented deep breath and release. Controlled, but right back into the attack is Rangers. Through center circle over here to the near side. Up to Kittery. Kittery trying to make that run. She's able to keep it in. That was right on the line. Loses possession. That one will be knocked out, and it will be a throw for the Alleycats. Buttrey will go over to collect it in the corner. Bouncing through, the pass missed by the Alleycats. Able to control it. Pass was behind her teammate, but still able to control it. Over to the far side, allowing Addison Bryce to get to it. She's going to move forward, sends a nice ball, but unfortunately, it's a little too strong. Allows that to go right to the keeper. Mesa Willis will send one back forward, bouncing past DeLuca, and that one will roll out for a throw. 68 minutes, and it is 0-0 still between these two teams for the national title. Little Rock Rangers up and over. That one was a close one. Full extension from Leah Merrow, and that's going to be the hydration break. Ends right with a sensational shot on goal. We'll take a look at that one once again. See the full extension from Leah Merrow as a mistake right there in the midfield. The passing allowed Rangers to get possession, take a shot from about 28, 29 yards. And a few yards over the top, but still in a dangerous position. Take a look at the weather for us here in Riverside, Missouri right now. Says 85 degrees. The wind anywhere from about 19 degrees when it's gusting. Feels like 92. The wind is a bit steady at about 9. So it actually feels, like I said, relatively comfortable now here at the Kansas City Training Grounds in Riverside, Missouri, just off of the Missouri River, part of the revitalization here in the Riverside area in Kansas City, Missouri. You can't see it anymore, but over off of the training grounds, you can see a brand new amphitheater being built. New hotels coming in. We've got the World Cup coming here for some of the coverage in the Kansas City area. Game's going to be played at Arrowhead Stadium. It's going to be full of soccer throughout the U.S. next year with the World Cup, as well as the Olympics coming to the United States in 28. The stars are bright for U.S. soccer and these women. Do any of these teams have, do either one of them, do they have a goal in the next 20 minutes, or are we going to the penalty spot?
I'll tell you what, Little Rock's been turning up the heat here in the past few minutes. And I think it's a case where the Alleycats are going to have to try to find a way to relieve some of that pressure and get something going for themselves. They can't sit back forever and try to take that pressure. They're going to have to turn the tide. But right now, the Little Rock has the advantage.
Back underway. Kittery's going to take a shot right into Leo Merrow's arms. And you have to say, it's hard when it comes to the Little Rock to focus on any one player, because you look at Schuler or Kittery or DeLuca, they all have opportunity to put one in the back of the net. Here comes Schuler, saved there! Leo Merrow with another sensational save. She is out of her boots right now, just exploding with excitement. You can see her, she is just pumped. Substitution for Little Rock. It'll be the end of the day for number 11, Caroline Cobb. Here in the 73rd minute. That one is going to go out for a throw. DeLuca controlling it. Come over here to the near side. It's going to be cut off. Not able to fully control that ball, as she had acres of space of run on if she wanted to. And Dutry was the one that cleared that ball. That was one of those that if Katie Gappa could have completely controlled that ball, Dre, she had a lot of space to move forward in that defense of the Rangers. Over on the far side now, Addison Bryce. Just too far for her to run down. Angle just off, sees it out for a throw. The Rangers are starting to be pressured by the Alleycats. Here comes Schuler again. And that one again, she has just been off of the mark about a yard and a half, 2 yards throughout this whole match. But one of the things that I like about it, Dre, is she doesn't get down on it. She continues to shoot.
Like I said before, you know, you try and try, you keep going. If you get the opportunities and you take them, one of them's going to drop for you.
Kittery receives it, sliding it across, cleared by the Alleycats. Bit of a nutmeg there. She pulls off, holds off the challenge, works around the second one. Gappa doing it all by herself over here to Neville. Neville's got one defender to work on and not able to get that one right. You know that she was trying to get it to Bryce and just not able to release that properly. And that one will be a goal kick.
She had space off to her left over. She cut back into the defense, the strength of the defense there. And like you said, yeah, she was trying to get the ball over to the right side, but just mishit it. But I think if she had continued to go left, she might have had a better opportunity to get something on goal.
Coming out of the back over here on the near side for the Rangers. Kittery moving forward. A little bit of a tackle there, but she still maintains possession. Slides it over right in midfield. She's going to receive it back over here on the right-hand side. That's going to be number 10. Into the box, cleared away again by Alleycats. Alleycats have just been able to bend this entire 75 minutes. Cat-like reflexes for Leah Marrow. Over to the far side is the Rangers, deflected off of Bryce, out for a throw. Right at midline, battle between the two sides. Alleycats are going to earn the foul.
As this game goes on, you got the feeling that maybe a single goal could decide this match in the end. Little Rock has the edge in possession and the chances now.
It's the first time Alleycats have been this far forward in a while. Goes for naught. I have to agree with you 100%, Dre. I feel like it's going to come down to one goal. Schuler trying to make her way through the defense. Stacks her up, and she will foul.
Oh, no.
She's frustrated with that foul.
Yeah, I mean, she used her shoulder. I think that looked pretty good there, but referee saw an infraction.
He's going to go ahead and give her a piece of plastic to go with it. And comes with a little bit of the descent.
Yeah, I think that's what she's trying to explain, that, you know, she used her shoulder in the challenge. It shouldn't have been a foul from her point of view, but referee sees different and shows the plastic there.
Yellow card for number 7, Maria Schuler. Plays over to her center back. They're going to play it forward. Long ball, trying to get it to Neville. Neville right at the edge of the box, deflected off, and this is going to be a corner. It's been a while since the Alleycats have earned a corner in this match.
You got to think, too, if they get these opportunities, you want them to take advantage of them.
It's going to be Mariana Chuddy, who is going to do this out swinger. Headed away. Puts back in play, Bryce. Another attempt, and that one almost went in.
Close,
Substitution.
Close.
A substitution for the Rangers. Coming off is number 4. Sydney Bascombe, number 5, is who came on. Schuler trying to work around. That was a great little self-flick forward. She is continuing to battle. That one deflected off. And it will be a corner. Catherine Groth, number 10, deflected off. She's had a wonderful weekend playing with that protective mask in defense, and you would think otherwise because she has gone for every header and every challenge back there in defense. This will be an in-swinger from Kittery. Headed away. They'll get to do it again, this time on the far side. We're rolling into the 81st minute, 0-0. There'll be another in-swinger for the Rangers. Sent in, and that one went out, and it will be a goal kick.
Wasn't able to get the accuracy right on that one, but now we're getting closer. Less than 10 minutes of regulation time to go, plus whatever stoppage is going to be added. And now it gets really a nervy time for both teams.
A little bit of a flick to send it backwards. Got to go all the way back to the back line for the Rangers. Able to move forward through the center circle. Deflected away. And Schuler is going to earn a free kick for the Rangers. Deep in this match. 82 minutes we are in. We have a 3-woman wall getting their instructions from the center official. It is Kittery over the ball. Number 9, Candace Kittery. She has been able to put the ball in the net in this tournament. Can she do it again? Almost up and over. That was a great attempt.
And I think she had the goalkeeper beaten there too as well if she could have got it on frame. Good effort.
Groth sends it out. Groth, I should say. Excuse me, Groth. Neville gets it forward. Bryce is going to get there to run it down. Late in the match, the Alleycats turning it on. Shot! And that one's above and out.
Just as close down the other side.
End-to-end action here in the 83rd minute. 0-0 between the Little Rock Rangers and the Albany Alleycats, looking for a national title. Played short to her center back. Over to the far side. Back to the center back. She'll try to lift it forward. Cut off by the Alleycats. Bryce has it. Plays through the midfield, trying to get a good pass. That one cut off, almost there. Neville has able to get a touch on it. Bouncing around between both teams, bouncing forward in the defense of the Alleycats, able to clear it, get it forward. Good tackle. It's going to be a throw for the Alleycats. A little bit of a clumsy challenge. Dylan Buttrey, number 22, feeling the effects of that from number 10 of Little Rock Rangers.
She's going to be okay, I believe. She's in some pain there.
Definitely feeling it. You can see it.
Maybe not.
Trainer is going to be called.
Yeah. Thought she was going to be able to get up, but I think once she put weight on it, it changed things for her. And it looks like, you know, Alleycats were getting more and more into the game here. They're going to do an impromptu hydration break with the injury. But, yeah, they were getting a little bit more. They've been weathering a lot of the attacks from Little Rock. Little Rock coming very close on a number of different occasions, but not putting it in the back of the net is just giving a little bit more incentive for the Alleycats to come down the other side. And although they're not getting as many opportunities, they are getting forward and trying to take advantage of the opportunities that are handed to them. So anything can happen right now. It only takes one goal to, at this point, to win this championship. So it's getting very, very nervy for both teams.
Take a look at that challenge that happened just a few seconds ago and see as this ball will come over here to the near side. Let's see. That looks like the shot that just happened just a few moments ago with Rise. Let's see if we
So with this injury too, Larry, we're going to have a lot of stoppage time added, but boy.
Exactly what I think neither one of these teams wanted to hear is more time. Know that if we make it to the end of regulation and it is still 0-0, we will go to the penalty spot right away. No extra time in this match. 10 o'clock here in the Midwest on a Sunday evening, bringing you UPSL Women's Division action. The reserves are out for Albany Alleycats.
Here we go.
4 minutes-ish, 3 minutes plus stoppage time, we'll call it, as we are almost through 87 minutes. Does anyone have another opportunity to put one in goal, or are we going to the penalty spot? Roth tried to send it forward, but cut off by the Rangers. Now, on running play from the Rangers. Gets past the defender, gets past the second one. Able to get it in the box, cleared for the corner. Absolutely fantastic work there by the newly entered number 5, Sydney Bascombe, for the Rangers. A lot of an energy burst there. This is going to be another in-swinger for Kittery. Cleared away off of the near line, back in, cleared head. Almost went in by a whisker. It is headed past and a goal kick for the Alleycats. That is about as many 9 lives as you can have. So
Amazing.
close.
So many chances.
Sent forward, headed away. In a dangerous spot. Over to the far side. And Willis will run that down for the Rangers. Bring it into the box, pick it up. Coming up on the last minute of stoppage time. Headed forward. Kittery is there to receive. Challenged, no foul is called.
She got the shot off as well.
Leah Merrow there to recover. 50-50 challenge, the center official calls. Leah Merrow will send this through center circle. Neville will head it forward, but it goes right to Willis. We're in the 90th minute. How many minutes of stoppage time will our center official give us? Albany will send it forward. Alleycats just trying to hang on. They have played a sensational game against this Little Rock Rangers. The first match where they have been held to a scoreless match so far, and a yellow card is going to be issued to number 13 of Little Rock, Rachel Rosborough. So far, the first 3 matches in this tournament, the Rangers have put at least 1 on the board. Tonight, sitting 0-0. Alleycats get one forward, get it to Neville. Neville stops, turns, slides it over, right centrally, makes it all the way through. Schuler on the run, trying to get there, not going to get there. She falls down. The defense of Albany able to get through it. Goes over to the far side. Captain Krosky is in for the Alleycats. We had a conversation with her in the first half. She's in there at the end. Can the captain get the Alleycats? And that is going to do it, folks, for regulation.
There wasn't a lot of extra time given there.
No,
I was
only
surprised.
about a minute.
I was expecting a little bit more with the injury and the hydration break. But that's it. We're going to go to spot kicks to decide the winner here. Actually, Larry, I was expecting probably about 5 or 6 minutes at the very least.
Yeah, I was expecting at least another 2 minutes of extra time. I did not expect it to go to spot kicks that fast.
Yep. Oh, well, but yeah, and no extra time in this final this year. I'm going to go straight to spot kicks. So now it's going to be up to the nerves of the players taking the spot kicks and the goalkeeper in goal. Doesn't get much more dramatic than that.
Wow. We end regulation 0-0.
Teams talking over what strategy they might have. The referees consulting. Fans waiting.
We will go to spot kicks.
Well, I tell you, you think about the chances that Little Rock had in that second half, the last half of that second half. I mean, so many times they came close. And Albany had their opportunities as well, but Little Rock really put the pressure on. They just could not get that final ball to get past the goalkeeper.
And I have to say, Dre, it's already been tense enough to cut it with a knife. Now we've just turned it even beyond 11. We're at a factor of 20 when it comes to this penalty shootout. But how else would you want it to end on the inaugural national championship for the UPSL women's division other than right at the penalty spot? Who is going to pull this off? Will it be the Albany Alleycats out of Albany, New York, or will it be the Little Rock Rangers out of Little Rock, Arkansas? It comes down to Ali Liamero and Mesa Willis in goal. And
captains are now being talked to here. We'll decide who's going to go first and which goal they're going to take the penalties.
You see right there, there is the national trophy just waiting to be handed to the winner of this match. We'll see which goal we are going to go in. And remember, when it comes to these spot kicks, each keeper has to keep 1 foot on the line before the taker releases the ball.
It's a dramatic way to end the game. A lot of people don't like the way this happens, and all the time and effort that's put into the regular period is now down to kind of a chance at the very end. But when you have two evenly matched teams like this, and so many of these teams have been playing evenly against each other, it's almost expected that this would be the way that you would end it. All right, we're going to go off to the left side here.
And we are going to go over here to the left side for this penalty shootout.
Okay, everybody take a deep breath. This is going to take a moment. Got the teams lined up at midfield here.
Some of the chat are noting that the Rangers have struggled on penalties. That'll be interesting to see if that is the case. You see the center coming out to talk to both of the keepers.
Going to be sure that they both understand exactly what their responsibilities are.
First player being called over. It will be Albany who will get us started first. Number 17, Zoe Mahar coming up to take this. In the back of the net for the first one. Here comes the woman of the hour for Little Rock Rangers, Maria Schuler, number 7. She had attempt after attempt all match. She was so close so many times. This is Little Rock Rangers' attempt. What a save!
Wow, the attempt went really close to her.
She didn't have a whole lot of room that she had to move.
Yeah, and she was just able to, she guessed right, and the ball was close enough to where she could just really grab it, but she did a really good job of holding on to it and stopping the attempt. But wow, what an advantage now for the Alleycats.
Kroski comes up to take this one. And it's up and over, and a goal for Albany.
Unstoppable. Keeper guessed the right direction, but she still could not put enough on it to stop it. See the joy there.
You see how much it means for these girls. Samantha DeLuca, and she puts it past.
She chose power.
Perfectly placed. Immediately coming up to take it, Mariana Chuddy. And she lifts that one right up into the top corner.
She knew exactly what she wanted to do, stepped up and placed that just expertly. There was no way, even if the goalkeeper guessed the right way, there's no way that she was going to get that.
3 chances for Alleycats, 3 put into the back of the net. Now coming up, Kittery to take this attempt. And she slots that one in.
Cool as you like.
Tanner Eisman coming up, number 34. Put away. Another goal for the Alleycats.
She had that slow approach. She waited to see which way the goalkeeper was going to go, and then she put it in the other direction. That takes nerve to do it like that. Now,
Rachel Rosborough coming up to take this attempt.
she has to score to keep this thing going.
Save!
That's it.
Leah Merrill wins it for the Albany Alleycats.
Unbelievable. They outlasted them in regulation, bent but didn't break. The only team to keep Little Rock from scoring in a goal, and you can see the emotion is just there. It's just a very dramatic way to end a game like this, and the Alleycats have done it. And what an unlikely source. They really had to weather the storm, like I said, especially in the second half of the second period. And they managed to finish the game level at 0-0 and then won it with the penalty kicks. Unbelievable finish for the Alleycats, taking the title, the national title, back to Albany, New York.
Yeah, Albany, New York. You have a national champion, and it is the Albion Alleycats here in the UPSL Women's Division. Unbelievable job, and I've said it time and time again throughout this weekend. Whoever you are, you keep an eye on number 1, Alexandra Leomero. She is going to be a superstar, 15 years old, and she can call herself a national champion.
And you got to think that she also, just like Torres in the previous game, is going to be the goalkeeper. That's going to be the woman of the match. Just an outstanding performance from her today. As the joy continues there, the despair from Little Rock.
And you have to give it, Little Rock, we came into this tournament slating Little Rock as the favorites to win this tournament.
Yeah, I mean, in each one of these, the third place game as well as the final, the underdog has come out victorious. But it just goes to show you how closely matched these teams were throughout the national tournament. And this tournament is going to expand next season as more teams come into the competition. But boy, what a I mean, from day one to now, it's been an amazing competition. I tell you, that's the way football is. A lot of times it's just, you know, a bounce here, a ricochet there, and the team that's not supposed to win takes it all. And we see the Alleycats come and celebrate with their own fans here.
And not only do you have the fans from the Albion Alleycats over here, I see players and I see staff from the Georgia Steamers over there. I see other teams and players from some of the other teams that came out here. Everybody here giving the respect to the national champions, the Albion Alleycats. This has been just a sensational championship to cover here on the UPSL YouTube channel. I hope everybody at home has enjoyed all the coverage here, brought to you by ASMG. We love to do this for you. Thank you for watching.
And of course, the culmination will be the trophy presentation and the medals given out. And yeah, Larry, I really feel privileged to be a part of this. This is history making for the UPSL. This is the first ever women's national championship. And of course, we coming from Georgia, we were closely watching how Steamers FC would do. They're our champions from Georgia. They were not able to get to the third place game or the final, but boy, everybody involved in this has been fantastic. And like you said, with so many of the players still that are out of the competition still here and showing respect for Albany, it really shows the sportsmanship that you know, these girls have been showing in this league and in this competition.
I think that the UPSL is going to have to go up and give that ball to Alexandra Romero. I don't think that she is going to let go of that ball for a while. She's going to be sleeping with that ball for many, many days.
That's amazing here. We've got Lewin Frazier there, the one of the executives from the league here, and then walking across over is Amir Mian. He's the national manager for the women's division. He will be giving out the trophy and the player medals.
I also saw the nice little fat check that is going to be handed to the Alleycats as well, as they will take home $10,000 for this championship.
Here we go. Got a
little cold beverage. I think that
Yep. Cool them off.
Coach Daniels could be
Somebody's going to get
getting
doused.
wet before the end of this. We talked to him before the match, and he had watched all of the film on the Little Rock Rangers through the course of this championship. He felt like he had everything put together. He felt like he could win. They go to penalties, and that's when anything is fair play. And you just have to say the level of work by Ali Liamero in this tournament. She has to be the player of this tournament.
Yeah, I wouldn't argue with that. I mean, it's just been a phenomenal performance, and today is no different. And a major cog into why they are victorious today was her. I mean, so it's just amazing to see that. And here's a class act here with, Little Rock coming over here. They're going to get their runners-up medals, but this is a team that's tight-knit, played as well as any other team in the division. They're clapping with the fans there. You know, it's easy to be downhearted when you lose a final like this, but they are really showing some sportsmanship here. They're showing up and holding their heads high.
And they played extremely well throughout this tournament. And like I said, coming into this, Dre, they scored 12 goals in this tournament. They played exceptional soccer.
Yeah,
they cannot, and we had a conversation with their staff. This is their first season back with their women's team, and they made it all the way to the national final.
Not a bad first year in the competition.
Hold their heads high.
Yeah, the question is going to be with both of the teams. Well, actually, all of the teams. How will they do in the next season?
And this next season is going to be even harder, as this club level has already grown. The amount of teams that have already committed for next season has already doubled.
You can see the emotion from Schuler there. Line. One of the players that missed one of the penalty kicks.
And she played her heart out those 90 minutes. She made attempt after attempt after attempt. Wasn't able to put one past Liamero. And you hear all of the fans clapping and giving them the credit that they deserve.
Yeah, it's just, when you see this kind of effort put out by these players, it's tough to, and that's a class act. She clapped for the other team, but it's tough to see anybody lose a game like this.
Yeah, as much as she is disappointed with the loss, you have to hold your head high and you have to say, on this night, the Alleycats were the better team.
Yeah, they got the job done when they needed to. And here now we're going to go with the champions presentation. First, the player medals.
The woman of the match, Ali Liamero.
And I have to agree with you, maybe the women of the entire tournament.
If there isn't a goalkeeping organization, a glove sponsorship that comes out of this, I don't know what is. She had unbelievable stops.
Yeah, she needs an agent.
Yeah. And you can see continually Little Rock Rangers stand there and clap. Yeah, that one's. Last bit of the team getting their trophies. You can see there the Little Rock Rangers giving them the praise that they deserve, as much as it stings. A Great tournament there for Groth. And there for Gappa. She had a great tournament. Now, the coaching staff. Came in with such a game plan. Coach Thomas told us during this tournament, came from another tournament straight here to meet the girls, and man, did he have a game plan. I feel the water is about to come, Dre.
Yeah, I think so. Here it comes. And now the most important part. Getting the picture first, and then they're going to celebrate.
And there it is. Your 2025 UPSL Women's National Champions. It is the Albany Alleycats. Unbelievable job for these girls. Making the trek all the way from the Northeast to the Midwest. 3 matches, and they find themselves in the finals, taking on Little Rock Rangers. It goes to penalty shootouts, and they come away the victors.
And what a historic first now it's going to be, because now Albany is going to be forever the inaugural winners of the national competition in the UPSL for women, and no one can ever take that away from them. But boy, Little Rock, you got a feel for Little Rock. They played so well during the competition just to get here. They're winning their division, coming here, getting to the final, playing all the way even with Albany, only to fall in the penalty shootout at the end.
Well, that'll do it for our coverage of the inaugural 2025 UPSL Women's National Championship. It goes to the Albany Alleycats. Fantastic work by the Little Rock Rangers. Just fell short of the penalty shootout. Keep an eye on these women. They will more than likely be right back in this position. Thank you so much for watching our coverage of the UPSL Women's National Tournament. We will see you next time here on the UPSL YouTube channel.
This has been a presentation of the UPSL. Any use of this broadcast without the written consent of the Atlantic Soccer Media Group is prohibited.